Hello, this is Matt from Ace Appliance in Toledo, Ohio. Welcome back to another in-home diagnostic video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. What we have here is a Whirlpool Duet front load washer. Customer's complaint is the fabric softener is not dispensing. So we pull this out. They've actually got the softener just dumped out right now. But what you want to look for, when you pull this out, you want to take this, just make sure all this is clean. You got a straight hole that goes through there. Make sure that that's not plugged. That's where your fabric softener is going to siphon. Basically what happens on this unit is when it is dispensing fabric softener, it will more or less fill up this tray here with water, and it comes through. There's holes up in the top here where there's a diverter valve, and it diverts the water in different directions. We'll take the top off and kind of show you how it's going to work. But if you look underneath here, we've got all the holes are plugged up. Fabric softener has a wax base, so it has a tendency to really leave a lot of residue behind and plug up a lot of holes. So what we're going to do, we're just going to take the top off here so you can get a look at what's going on. There's 3 torque screws along the back side to remove the top panel. What I use is just a ratchet because it's kind of hard to get back to them a lot of times. You can get behind it with a drill if need be. Once you get your 3 torque screws out, just push back on the top panel and it will lift off. Okay, well, what we want to do here is you got these cams. Make sure everything's intact. They didn't pop loose or anything, which this is locked in and this cam's locked in. And what you have is your diverter motor here, and as that rotates, it's just got a kind of like a diverter that's inside there that's going to divert the direction of the water. And we'll kind of show you how it operates, and we'll just run just a normal fill cycle to make sure that this motor is operating. And it did rotate from 1 to 2. I'm just filling it on cold, just cold, because usually it's going to fill the fabric softener with cold water. So we're just checking the cold water pressure, which is very low. Well, this dispenser here really isn't too bad. A lot of times you'll have a black coating almost all over everything up in here. The top right corner is where the water is going to come through for the fabric softener. If you do have a bunch of stuff caked on there, I recommend using just like a wire brush or something first. Kind of going over, freeing up all the loose stuff, wipe it out with a rag. And then once you get to this point, then you can use like a pipe cleaner would probably be the best thing. Or you could just strip down a piece of wire and just kind of run it up in through the holes and just clean out all the gunk that you have in each of the individual holes to allow that water to flow freely through there. When you're using a wire, you might have to keep stripping it down a couple different times because it's going to sort of mangle your wire. This is where a pipe cleaner would come in handy, but at the present time I do not have one. Okay, now that we've got our dispenser holes cleared, we're just going to go ahead and reinstall the dispenser assembly. And before you run any cycles, I'd recommend putting it through a rinse and spin. That's going to be the cycle where it's going to direct some water through the fabric softener and just kind of flush it out to free up any of the free floating debris that you might have forced up inside of there, to more or less just rinse it out. And basically we're just going to put the top panel back on, and that's going to complete the repair. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and put the top panel back on. You've got the holes on the top panel here, which correspond with notches on the console. So set it down and slide it into the notches. And then we just put our 3 Torx screws on the back. That's going to complete the repair. Thank you for watching another quality video from ApplianceVideo.com.